Today we're talking about sunburns, more specifically sunburns on a bald head. Now gentlemen, it is that time of year again when we are obviously wanting to be outside because it is getting nicer out there, and therefore we are more likely to forget one of the most important things that as a bald gentleman we need to remember, and that is some kind of covering for our head. Now obviously the easiest way to prevent sunburn on the head is to wear a hat, and I suggest that everybody does that. Now obviously you can get specially made sunscreen for the head, as well as you can apply just regular sunscreen. However, I would suggest that you get the no drip stuff, because as soon as you start sweating and that gets in your eyes, it's gonna burn. Once you've spent 15 minutes outside, guys, we can already have started to do that damage and getting that sunburn. We may not realize it right away. However, a couple hours later, you may go and rub your head or be putting on that hat that you should have had on in the beginning, and you will realize that your head's a little bit touchy. So what is the best things to do at this point? Well, number one, obviously, get out of the sun. Just do it. That's going to be your main priority, whether it is putting on that hat or getting out of the sun altogether and getting indoors. The second thing is that you're going to want to take a cool shower. Now, I said cool, gentlemen, not cold. If you take a cold shower, it's just going to make your pores tighten up that much more and not be able to release the heat that it needs to. So take a cool shower or use a cool rag and just kind of compress it onto your head. Now, if you are going to be taking a shower, the third thing that I have on my list here is do not exfoliate this time. You might be tempted to, but don't do it, because what that's going to do is that's just going to irritate the skin even more, and quite frankly, you don't want 1,000 little beads on your head being exfoliated anyway, because, well, it's painful. So just don't do it. Now I know that there's a good chance that we were outside doing man stuff, and that means that we were getting dirty, we were sweating, getting stuff on our beautiful bald heads, which means we're gonna wanna wash it. Well, I'm not telling you that you can't wash it because you can't exfoliate. You can definitely wash it. However, there's two ingredients specifically in whatever you're gonna be washing with that you want to avoid, because they can either help clog up or they irritate the skin. Both of those are sulfates, as well as dimethicones or dimeticones, however you say this word up here. If it says it on the ingredients, just avoid it. Now that your head has started cooling down from the cool water and you've got it washed, when you get out of the shower, do not rub it dry. That's just going to irritate it. So therefore, you're going to pat it dry really nicely. Have you burnt your head and learned a trick to maybe ease the pain? Let me know down in the comment section. The sixth thing on my list here is to apply a moisturizer. Whether that moisturizer is coconut oil or aloe vera gel, those are probably about the two best ones that you can apply to your head right after you get sunburned. And this is something, guys, that you're not going to want to do once. You're going to want to do this 2, 3, maybe even more times a day, depending on how bad your sunburn is. This will help rehydrate the skin and therefore hopefully catch it from having to blister. Hydrate, drink way more water than what you normally would, because let's face it, most of us are a little bit on the dehydrated side anyway. And we need to drink as much water as we can to be able to hydrate from the inside out. That will help any blistering. It'll help with rehydrating the dry skin, not just on your head, but anywhere else you may have a little bit of redness as well. Now there's a good chance that you may be in pain. I know that when I burn my head and I want to go to sleep, I know that it's almost impossible because of the pain from the pillow touching my head. Now, what I usually do is I will go ahead and take an Advil, an aspirin, maybe some ibuprofen, to be able to kind of relieve that pain, as well as reduce any inflammation that may be occurring. Number 9 is, if you're gonna go back outside, wear a hat. Just do it, and do it the rest of the summer. You may have a little bit of a tanned head after this ordeal. However, you still want to protect it, because you can go from not being burnt to being burnt very quickly, even if you've already had one burn in the year. Number 10 is don't shave your head. Don't shave your head until it is completely healed. If you've got any peeling going on and you don't have any soreness, you can go ahead and maybe use a little bit of exfoliant, just kind of get rid of whatever dead is on your head. But I highly suggest staying away from the razor because you don't want to catch that razor on any ridges that may be on your head. And it's just not a good feeling when you do that. Take it from me. Learn from my experience. Don't shave until your head is completely healed. Now, once your head is nice and healed, you're going to want to go and check out this video up here about how to keep your bald head healthy. Down below, that's going to be a video that you may enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.